It was me and you in there.
Holiday weekend.
Yeah, well, yeah, I totally did for Thanksgiving. I'm not surprised. So
Yeah,
doing it solo tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, right. Sorry, I'm just cranking up the notes so I can see vaguely where we are. Right.
Yes. All right, and we are streaming. All right, so that's set. Get down to the chat room. We'll all sit there. Good stuff. All right, about another minute or so. Let me check my text. Oh. So, Scott, did you get your ditto yet?
I haven't even opened it in days. I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Picked up a couple last night.
No, I haven't opened it, and I can't. I think I can't even tell you the last time I opened not Facebook. Last time I opened Pokemon. No, I'm busy. I've been busy. It's been a busy week, man. I haven't had time to do it.
Well, I'm slowly working on my Dratini.
You know, I used to take a walk every day and walk 3 miles and leave it on the entire time, and I don't do that anymore. So
you're working.
Well, I was working then. It's just now I'm working in an office, so I don't. When you work from home, you can take a nice walk.
Well, I'm quite lucky. This is a totally lazy girl's guide to Pokemon. The bus on the way in goes past loads of Pokestops, and most of the time it's crawling slow enough so that the game thinks I'm walking.
There you go. Now that's how you do it.
Well, it's fine as long as you want Pidgeys or those stupid rat things.
Yeah, well, now the ones for this week, you want to make sure that you pick them up because the majority of the Dittos transform into other existing Pokemon. You won't see a Ditto running wild. What'll happen is you'll pick up either a Pidgey or a Rattata. There's a couple other ones.
Ratatouille, yeah.
Yeah, Ratatouille, yes. You pick up one of those, and then suddenly it'll say a Ditto has been found, and you'll pick up your Ditto that way. But it literally started yesterday.
Oh, that's worth knowing.
Yeah, it literally started yesterday. So
yeah. Now, I picked up a. Oh, was it?
Let's see. Hold on.
Venomoth that sort of just popped up, and
I just got a Pidgey.
Yeah.
There seems to be a lot of
on my driveway. Let's see if it's an actual.
I picked two Dittos right in my front yard, so I was rather pleased.
Yeah. No, there seems to be a lot of Hitmonchan and Hitmonlees around me at the moment.
Yeah, I don't get the stuff like that. We get the Pidgeys and the rats and the.
Pidgeys
we get those as well.
It's Chicago, of course. It's Pidgeys and rats. Come on.
Right? Oh, this fucking Pidgey won't stay in. Fucking $5 for stupid Pidgey. Just to see a stupid.
It's funny.
What's it called?
It's when it's a
Ditto.
Ditto. Oh my god! Look at that! It's out again.
Yes.
That's
the frustrations of Pokemon.
That's 6. See a second.
All right. Well, go ahead and get it.
It's out again. Damn.
Well, hurry up
and
the
fucker just ran. Look at that. Just ran for me.
Yeah,
it was probably Ditto. All right. I think it's time to start up just for fun. All right, I'm going to turn this on and get this going, and I think we're about there. All right. Okay, folks, sit back, relax, get your favorite libation, your favorite snack. The Geocaching Podcast is coming at you right about now.
You want to know how to find it. Seek it out when they hide it. You know it's in the bag when it's an easy grab. But come on, take a chance now. So go, geocache. And if you need help, we're right there in a flash. If you got a question, just call in and ask. Uncover the stash on the Geocaching Podcast. The Geocaching Podcast.
Welcome to the Geocaching Podcast, episode 476, recorded live on November 23rd, 2016. I'm your host, Headhardhat with
Scott Burks.
Test 427 and sorry.
Info Ferret. Who jumped in
Yes, what the hell were you doing?
Wow, you can join our chat room and watch our live video stream except for Taz. Plus participate with us as we record this episode. All this and more can be found at www.geocachingpodcast.com/live. Be sure to contact us via our voicemail line at 630-31-VOICE and also find us on Twitter at geocachingpodcast.com/Twitter and Facebook at geocachingpodcast.com/Facebook.
Yeah, apparently everyone cut out from what I was hearing, and I caught the last of Scots, and was like, "Oh, hang on, am I supposed to be introducing myself?"
Have we been hitting the Holy Thanksgiving stuff already,
Right?
or what?
Taz had a mini stroke there, is what he had.
No eggnog, and haven't been
no tryptophan.
No tryptophan yet.
Right?
Frying the turkeys tomorrow.
Yeah,
frying the turkeys.
Oh, now, when you say frying, are you actually doing the holy flame and the holy peanut oil and going around?
Oh yeah, I've been doing it for about 20 years now.
Wow, how many barns or garages have gone up in flame?
0. Only one patch of grass has been burnt, and I went out on Tuesday to Harbor Freight. To get a new fire extinguisher because mine had the charge level was down too
expired.
Low. Yes, so I'm ready in case something does actually happen.
He's ready to go.
That is amazing.
Just give your fire department a call and say it's a controlled burn off.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, they don't like controlled burns out here in fire country.
It don't rain out there like
oh man.
We don't like them much here as well in summer.
Yeah. So you were saying, Sarah, there in New Zealand, they normally this time of year leg of lamb is kind of the thing, huh? As opposed to
Christmas, we tend not. Yeah. Well, come on, or joint to beef. There's some people do turkeys at Christmas, but it seems like way too much hard work for me.
Well, I think
some people even go out fishing.
Wise, lamb or goose is well, combustible for things like that. Because I've lost almost a grill once with lamb, so I'm just saying.
Really?
Oh yeah, they like that puppy. The grease heats up and lights up on that. You've got a small detonation device there.
Good to know.
Good to know. So yeah, interesting stuff. I've got obviously let's see for the folks in the U.S. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving Day, aka Tryptophan Love You Day.
Yes.
So if you eat enough turkey, you get apparently tryptophan does a calming effect.
Or sleepy.
Or sleepy. Yeah. So
whichever you prefer.
So everybody loosens their pants and falls asleep. I'm just saying.
Well, that's the whole that's the whole point of it. That's the fun of it, isn't it?
That and watching the Lions lose.
Here we go. I just got an email from CNN. This Thanksgiving, Americans say that they really don't want to talk politics around the dinner table. Really? That is a hand to God. That is a CNN breaking news email.
Is it really?
I literally just got
Well, could it be?
Yeah.
Well, you could just be thankful that they're limited to 2 terms of 4 years.
I mean,
I think you should be thankful that there's not enough sharp objects around the table when you do have a politics discussion.
Here it says, in fact, the new CNN ORC poll finds that 53% of Americans say they dread the thought of talking politics over Thanksgiving dinner on Thursday. Republicans, however, are generally eager to discuss the topic, with 58% on board to do so. But this is breaking news, guys. Hand to God, breaking news. But 63% of Democrats say they want no part of it. Overall, a minority, 43%, say they are eager to delve into politics with their stuffing.
Yeah, I won't be discussing politics tomorrow.
If they're delving into politics, who knows where the stuffing will end up?
Exactly.
Yes.
Wow.
So I'm going over to some folks' house, and I know some of them are voted for.
What's his name?
That guy who won.
Yeah.
So. So
drink heavy,
I won't
drink
be discussing
often,
politics.
Is what I'm going to say. That's the holidays.
So here, so they give you other topics of conversation. You want to hear this real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Dinner. Hillary Clinton's lead in the popular vote nears 2 million.
Wow.
That's her lead in the popular. Mm-hmm. If you don't know, Sarah, what they do is that you don't get elected via the popular vote. That's not the way it works here.
It's electoral college.
Electoral college. So even though Hillary won, but Hillary got the most votes, but she didn't win.
Oh. Well, we've got a really weird voting system. If you're interested,
I do. Hold on 1 second. Wait. Put a pin in it. Hold on a second. Yeah. So the Green Party nominee Jill Stein, I'm sure You probably never even heard of Jill Stein.
She wants a recount, doesn't she?
She does. That's exactly right. Jill Stein is trying to raise $2 million to pay for she has to pay for it out of her pocket. $2 million to pay for recounts in 3 states. Does it? See, this is the problem. I'm a Democrat. I'm not ashamed to admit it, but this is my problem. Is that like, let it go. It's over.
Yes.
It's over.
Yeah.
We lost. Okay.
Yeah.
You lost.
Deal with the repercussions later.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
We'll get through it, but it's over. Let it go.
Yes.
Exactly.
And just give nasty looks at all your idiot friends who voted for Trump.
No. Okay.
Sorry. Okay, hold on.
So what's the other conversation?
Okay,
thing?
President-elect this is the number 3. President-elect Donald Trump is looking at former rivals like Mitt Romney and Ben Carson as he fills out his cabinet.
Oh, so we want to drain this. Don't get me going about draining the swamp. Don't even give me.
Look.
I know.
All I can say is I feel ashamed to be the same species, let alone the same nationality as Nigel Farage.
Nigel Fry. And then the last one, Trump's Thanksgiving message. It is my prayer that on this Thanksgiving, we begin to heal our divisions and move forward as one country, strengthened by shared purpose and very, very common resolve.
All right, I'll go with that. He didn't write it, but I'll go.
This is CNN's breaking news. Breaking news, this is.
And then the first negative comment about him, how many tweets is he going to put out about it?
I love the fact that he wanted SNL to apologize. Oh man, this is what we're in for. If this is what we're in for 4 years, I'm gonna be so happy.
And wanted the lead actor in Hamilton to apologize.
I love it.
And it's like,
well, we have a Hamilton in New Zealand.
Oh man, I love it.
And it's a city about an hour south of Auckland. So
there you go.
There's even more jokes about that.
No, and there will be plenty, I'm sure. But I think we need to move on because, wow.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Let's move on to, let's see. The one thing I am looking forward to, my nephew Aaron, who is in the Navy, just went in, is going to be staying here in my house with wife Amy and myself for Thanksgiving. The last time I had seen Aaron is about 7 years ago. And I did a video because he lives up in the upper part, or lives everywhere now, but back then it was up in the upper part of Michigan. The last time I saw him, I went geocaching with him 7 years ago, and we were geocaching in Michigan, and I made a geosnippets video with my brother David and all his sons, including Aaron, for that. So I was actually looking at the video, but it was called something in the neighborhood of geocaching with the family, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And it was just cool seeing how excited this young little kid was out there for geocaching out in the woods with his uncles and everything and having a great time. Sure. He now is in charge of working with, and I don't even think he can tell me technically what he does, on nuclear submarines.
And what do you do?
I play with boats in the bathtub is what I do.
You lazy, what have you done with your life?
That's a whole different ball game there. So yeah, he's working. He's one of the chief electricians or something for nuclear subs.
Wow. Yeah, we're all lazy.
Wow. So yeah, so he's going to be stopping by tomorrow and staying for the weekend. So I actually want to get a couple of pictures with him geocaching and showing comparison.
Are you going to take him out?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we got some other plans. Matter of fact, we got a park that we want to take them to that's got a bunch of geocaches in it, and waterfalls and things like that. So we'll check it out. Good
they
stuff,
wouldn't be ones you've not found before, and you're just hoping a fresh pair of eyes will spot them?
Yes. And he does one of these because apparently he runs in marathons, apparently in the Navy. Mm-hmm. So like a 5-mile run to him is nothing.
It's a warm-up,
and this old geezer is going to be like, yeah, it'll be fun. So anyway, Scott, how about yourself? What you been up to?
Good. We made the trek to Indiana last weekend for the Who's Your Buddy events. There was 3 events scattered throughout the day, and we like to go to it every year. It's a lot of fun. It's only an hour and a half away. Yep. So we usually go to the 3 events and then cache in between them. So I think at the day we wound up with over 60 caches.
Wow.
2 FTFs. Good day. It was a real good day. Yeah. Got some woodsies, some urbans. It was It was a lot of fun. It really and not even that cold. Kind of cold, but not like super cold for Indiana for November. It should have been a lot colder.
With snow.
That was last year. We had snow last year. Yeah, we sure did last year. Not this year, but last year we sure did. Yeah.
Wow. So you're starting to get winter hitting you now.
yeah.
Yeah. It's once November hits, it's you'd be thankful every day you don't have it. That's what it is. From November to February.
Well, it's 17 here, low 60s.
Yeah.
No,
That helps
That's
you.
what it is here too. And my niece is, who's on Facebook quite a bit up in Michigan, is already. I think she's starting to get SADS already. So lack of sun and snow. I'm just saying.
Yeah. That's a lack of. I mean, I get out of work and it's dark out, and I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, once the daylight losing time kicks in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is 42 degrees in Chicago today.
Yeah.
Right now, actually,
Yep.
and rainy. Just fun fact.
Just for fun. Yeah.
Yeah, let's add rain to that crap weather. There you go. Enjoy this.
Hey, it could be ice. So
No,
Right, there you
it's
go.
been nice. It's been nice this week, making up for last week
there you go.
with all when we had torrential rain and a mini tornado an hour up the coast.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you had a bad week. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
It was
Everything
interesting.
from pestilence and frogs, you were fine.
Yeah.
Yes. How about
Nice.
yourself, man? How you been doing?
Doing okay. Managed to grab a couple of puzzle caches while I was out trying to buy my new fire extinguisher. I get there at the fire extinguisher. Okay, I'm prepared. Now let's see if I can go find some caches that I can light on fire.
There you go.
But yeah, I looked for a couple of puzzles that I had solved in the area that would be on the way home, and stopped off and grabbed 2, DNF'd 1.
Nice.
But
There you go.
Good stuff.
Have you ever
not too much.
Have you ever used one?
A fire extinguisher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you? I'm 45 years old. I've never used a fire
Really?
extinguisher. Never. Nope.
I've
I've only
used
called
one
911 twice in my life. Just twice. Only 911.
I've only used one once to put out fire.
Really?
And then when I was about 16 years old, my stepmother caught the stove on fire. She was trying to cook French fries, and
In oil, I'm assuming.
flame. And I was living downstairs. She's screaming her head off. I come running upstairs with a blanket around me, and as I come in the kitchen, my dad comes through the doorway with a garden hose.
Oh,
And he starts spraying. I take the blanket, throw it over the top to smother it, and I told him, get the damn hose out of here.
yeah. Worst thing you could put on a grease fire.
Cursed at my dad.
Wow. Yeah, my
Get
brother
that
is.
hose out of here.
Yeah, my brother, who is a volunteer fire department, said people do more damage with fire extinguishers than they actually put fires
Yeah.
out with.
I've
so.
never had to open, pop one open and use it. Never had to.
Well, I've
I guess
never
that's good.
I've never used it, but I was in it was years ago when we were just married and renting a grotty flat above a kebab shop in downtown Nottingham, and the shop had a storage room at the back under where we were, and that caught fire.
Oh yeah,
Now, that was interesting.
I bet.
Fortunately, yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah, we got that all right. I'd not recommend that as a way to raise a deposit on a house with a mega insurance claim. It wasn't us, I hasten to add, that lit it. But yeah, that was interesting.
So speaking of shake and bake, how's things down in New Zealand?
Oh, touch wood. The Shaky Isles have mostly behaved themselves. I'm just going. We had a 4.3 an hour ago, according to GeoNet, and 5 hours ago there was a 5.4, but that was way off the bottom of the south.
they don't even feel them anymore. It's
Nah.
No, we do. We feel some of them.
It's like when you get off a boat.
I mean, we're fine,
Stomach
but
rumbles was
unfortunately,
like,
I
hang on, was
can't
that me
get.
or is that an earthquake?
Go ahead, Sarah.
Unfortunately, I can't get into the building I work in. It's
Right.
fine, but the building across the street is scheduled for demolition, so they won't let us anywhere near it for a
Wow.
fortnight.
And people can't go
So-
in and get their stuff, right? You're just like, buildings coming
They
down.
did a couple of runs to do things like get all the grab all the,
yeah.
well, the IT guys did a lot of runs to get the laptops and things like that. But it was sort of admission by 15 minutes and a maximum number of people to a floor and count you all in and count you all out.
Right.
I thought, they don't need me there. I'm quite happy to be a little bit away working from home.
So you're still working,
no,
right? That's got you working from home?
Yeah, I've got my laptop. There's stuff I can do from here. It's not as efficient, I can but I can get through about 2/3 of what I normally do, which is better than not getting through anything.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
But say there's some bits and pieces of advice around if you don't go tramping on the top half of the South Island at the moment. Yeah. For those of you that have no idea of what New Zealand looks like, imagine a semicolon, dot and a comma, and the earthquakes are all the sort of top half of the comma bit. So they're saying don't go out into the backcountry on the sort of without checking, because there's quite a lot of landslips. Wow. And they're dealing with the big one. They're dealing with the big ones that are blocking roads rather than anything else that's happened in the backcountry.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's going to definitely slow folks down.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
Wow.
All right.
But no, that life's mostly going on, and the good thing is that that the Sheiks are top end of the island, and what we're hoping the next big event in Oamaru at the GeoFest in October. It's one, we're hoping the quakes will have died down by then, and two, it's the other end of the island, so shouldn't be affected at all.
Good. Excellent. All right. Let's move on. We got the couple of things here. Podcast roundup, letting our viewers know what's going on in the geocaching podcasting community. What's coming up this week on Geo Gearheads is the Canadian takeover. DeBear and Land Monkey hijacked the UX Thanksgiving Day show.
Wait, two men that have been on that show more than me. Both of them.
Believe it or not.
Excuse me a sec. I'm just going to plug the laptop in.
So they're going to be on Thanksgiving Day show to talk about some issues like cross-border caching and imperial versus metric. We got into that a little bit ourselves a few minutes ago. Excellent stuff. And check it out, Geo Gearheads. And also tomorrow on the Geo Snippets Reboot podcast, wife Amy and I are going to go over the 2016 holiday wish list. We had a bunch of people for the past month and a half send in their top favorites of what they want to do so that they can tell their significant others, hey, by the way, isn't that cool? That's a cool item. How about that? Why don't you get that for me? So bring the one you love or tolerate or whoever's getting you gifts. And watch the GeoSnippets Reboot podcast tomorrow.
Okay.
So excellent stuff. Let's see. We got a thing in here for Podcaster. I didn't see this.
Who put that in?
This new in from New Zealand, Geocaching Adventures, episode 575 on Podcaster. We love the guys at Podcaster. They're great. Geocaching trip report from Child Phantoms.
Child of Adam.
Kelly Long's alter ego.
I love how you read that.
I love that. Last week it was like AJK instead of Team Magic.
That's awesome.
Child of Adam. I've heard of them. Recent adventure in New Zealand. Cully Long's video log about his trip to New Zealand. Kiwis know New Zealand.
Oh, that's me. Sorry.
Okay, that's you. Okay. See, that's how I am for me.
Apologies to all the listeners, but I'll just say New Zealand's awesome every time I get a chance to.
Hey,
this is just somebody else saying that we're
cool.
awesome.
And we'll have a link in the show notes as well for episode 575 if you haven't checked Podcaster. Yeah. So good stuff. I just didn't read it until this second, and it's like, oh, what's this? It is new. All right. Who put in the one for the global news? Because I thought this was cool. From Taz for the info.
I think Sarah put it in there, but I read it. I can go ahead and give an overview.
We found it. I found this interesting.
So our friends from the north in Canada, and so Saskatchewan, Regina Police briefly closed down the front desk at a police headquarters Tuesday afternoon after a suspicious package was brought in. So police said at around 1:15 p.m. CST, a package was brought to the police station after someone found it in a local park. They said the person thought the package looked suspicious. So the Regina Police Service Explosive Device Unit looked at the package and advised employees and members of the police to leave the front lobby. And
Wow.
nice package says geocaching on the side. So after further investigation, the explosive disposal unit found the package was not a threat at all and was part of someone's
they actually brought in
geocaching
the
game.
bomb squad. They actually brought in the bomb squad.
Yeah, they evacuated the front of the police building and brought in the bomb squad
because people brought a package in and said this looks
suspicious. It's
Wow.
like
nobody saw
sorry,
geocaching on the
you
side.
think it's a bomb? Don't pick the damn thing up.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and bring it to the police.
It's like get the coordinates and bring the coordinates to the police.
Here.
Maybe that's
That's like picking up dog poop and to your neighbor and be like, here, your dog dropped this. Here, take it back. Take it back.
Only this one explodes.
Police reopened the lobby at 2:09 p.m. and police said anyone who sees a suspicious package should call the police, but do not attempt to touch or move it.
Wow.
Wait a second. What time was the package brought in at?
1:15.
And it was reopened at 2:09. Oh, so it was quick. It was like
it was about an hour.
some smart cop said, "Dude, it's a geocache. Can you?"
He's like, it says geocache on the side. Do you know what the hell a geocache is?
You know,
Nobody
there's
can
the
Google
guy-
that
Put
real
it back
quick?
where you found it.
The guys on the side were going, "Can we blow it up? Can we blow it up? Can we blow it up?"
Yeah, they're itching for it. They got their fingers on the trigger, going, "Yeah, let's go."
It's like that's the most practice they get.
They're
Wow.
they're charging up Johnny Five in the back, getting ready to get the bomb, get that thing out there to go blow that thing up.
Oh God, I love this world. Speaking of the GCPC magazine, we have a way of our fine folks to go out and to send us interesting information, either milestones, ask a host a question. We now got Sarah on, so if you got New Zealand questions, or just because she's a lady geocacher, you might have questions for her. But we love getting into all sorts of different comments or questions, and we got something in. And to send it, by the way, all you have to do is send your requests or comments or anything to GCPC mailbag, all one word, at gmail.com. And when we get them in, we'll send them to the show. We got somebody in from Walkin' Ed. Scott, you got that in front of you?
I do. Yes, I do. Walkin' Ed says, GC.com has not been very consistent with the ape caches. I guess this is from last week when we were talking about ape caches.
Yep.
Most of them have been archived after they were first smuggled. This is true. The Washington ape is one exception. It was replaced and allowed to be active a few times. New York had 2 ape caches. When GCBA4 was smuggled, another cache was placed in the same location, and GC.com allowed the new CO to adopt the original GC number. All of the previous finders lost the ape icon.
Ooh.
Wait, I'm confused now. All the
previous finders, according to this, lost the ape icon.
Mm.
So yeah.
So
Ooh.
he says be careful what you wish for. So wait, I'm confused. Why would everyone lose?
I
So-
don't know. I want to do some
So
more
if they
research on
adopted
this.
that GC code, then everyone who has found that GC code,
No longer gets the ape icon.
they basically disabled the icon for that GC code.
Oh.
That
That's
Not
said,
fun.
most
Why
of
would-
those hadn't been found they were found by very few people.
Yeah.
Which one? The New York ones?
Many of them, really.
In any of them until they all start getting archived about 2 years in, they had only been found by handsful of people because they were not easily accessible in general.
Well, that's good. They shouldn't be.
Yeah.
That's good.
Wasn't one actually taken down because it was too difficult? It was too much of a hazard?
Yes, one was taken down because they thought it was a physical hazard before it was ever found.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Illinois was a hike. Illinois was a hike in. I know. I didn't do it, but I've seen where it was, and people's accounts of it, and it was a walk. It was a hike.
I bet.
Well, it should be. I mean, something like that.
Yeah,
It should be
absolutely.
easy.
So thank you to Walking In for sending that in. And if you've got opinions on things during the show, be nice. Send them in to us, and we're glad to bring them up in the GCPC mailbag. All right, moving on to episode 476, our Cache Your Coffee. If you're not familiar with our Cache Your Coffee, basically this is a way that all the hosts can find different subjects of interest. Sometimes it deals with geocaching, sometimes not, to just bring up for discussion. And everybody goes around and just talks. It's a fun thing about discussions on a podcast. I'm just saying. So the first one that I wanted to start off actually comes out of Geocache of the Week, out of the Geocaching blog. And I'm going to bring this up. This thing is so cool. And I'll actually bring it into the, if I can get the screen thing to work while Google has not been very nice to me today. All right, so let me bring up this and bring up this. Okay, so this is really cool. This is right out of the Geocaching blog, and we will have the link to it in the show notes. I just thought this was amazingly beautiful. They call it the Welcome to Jurassic Park Cache. Mm-hmm. This is actually in Kauai. What is that word? Kauai in Hawaii. Kauai. I think in Hawaii. Yes. Anyways, we've got the things here. Some of the Jurassic Park sets were in this with the background. So this is what you can actually go looking for a geocache and actually kind of explore the area and kind of get the feel of Jurassic Park as you're going at it. They actually said the movie Jurassic
Is that the dinosaur footprints, or was it just puddles?
It almost looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah. They said the movie Jurassic Park was filmed at Kauai, and the geocache will make you feel as if you're transported to the movie set or even to the Jurassic period. It's gorgeous. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. Nicknamed the Garden Isle for the tropical rainforest that blanket most of the island. Kauai is known as this Midwesterner cannot do the voices right. Napa Napali Coast. Sorry, folks, for the ones that I get wrong with here. Yeah. But just absolutely beautiful for movie backdrops is basically what it is. This island also hosts over 150 other geocaches that'll take you to all sorts of breathtaking sites. And also, you can get your car washed, which I like that. That's really cool.
You know what's amazes to me is this cache was put out in 2005, in May 2005. Only, and I mean only, 293 visitors.
Yeah, it's amazing. So it's obviously you're going to need some equipment to get around through this, I would imagine. But I would do this. Now, there are hazards that you can run into. And I have to say that is not my first dinosaur when I'm out on the trails. So I am just saying, but just beautiful photography.
Yeah, I mean, look, and I see the terrain is a 4 on this. It's a difficulty 2, terrain 4. Yeah, it's only a small too. Interesting, but like, is it the hike? I think it's more of the journey, the getting to it, than anything. You know. Yeah. That seems
it's sort of weird difficulty terrain ratings, isn't it? It's sort of more an art than a science to work out what they are half the time.
And I think with some of this, it's one of those things where, yes, you're using a Jeep, but you need a 4-wheel drive to get where you're going.
People are actually DNFing this. I'm scrolling through. They're DNFing because I couldn't get there, couldn't get our Jeep through. I would have hoofed it. Why not hoof it?
Yeah, depending on how far you have to go.
If it's a couple of miles, you've never hiked a couple of miles? Come on.
Yeah.
I don't know how far it is, but potentially it could be a significant hike.
Yeah, that's a little different story.
I mean, to me,
getting at the gates of a rental Jeep.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
To me, a DNF is when you're at the location and you can't find the damn thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
If you can't get to it, that's not a DNF.
That's a DNA. DNA.
Yeah.
Or abandoned hope.
One of the logs that they have in here says, "Wow, dream comes true. Driving through the original gate into the Jurassic Park is awesome. You definitely need a 4x4 when it's raining. The second river almost flushed me away on the way back.
Oh, God.
Thanks for showing this magical spot. I dropped a dinosaur. He's finally back on his track and can stay a couple of days with his friend in the park. Sorry for keeping him so long, but I think this is the best place for him to rest. So obviously a travel bug. Awesome stuff.
That one picture there looked like it was along the Nepali coast.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that mountain in the very first picture there, you get a lot of that along the Nepali coast of Kauai.
Yeah, that's just gorgeous.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Beautiful pictures that I'm looking through.
This is something I would take a whole trip just to do.
It's raining.
Yeah. Because if you
look
look
the
halfway,
west coast of Hawaii, gets a fair dumping.
Yeah, if you look halfway up the mountain, those are clouds.
Yeah, all of it gets a lot of. It depends on the elevation, but once you get up there in the elevation, it gets a lot of rain.
Yeah, rainforest, folks. So wow, there you go. Excellent.
I guess so.
Like
So
the west
basically,
coast of the South Island with us.
yeah. So if you go into Hawaii, it's kind of a crapshoot on when's the last time it rained to get this cash.
Oh, if not, it's probably a continuous daily thing, if anything. You know how it is in certain parts of the mountains, even in the United States, you're constantly getting rain. So, wow.
That's pretty incredible.
Cool stuff.
Nice.
All right, Mr. Scott, how about yourself?
Let me close out of this. Did anyone watch GC.com on Facebook Live talking about the Abe cache?
No, I did not.
Nope.
I did not know that was doing it.
No one saw this.
All right, go for it.
So basically, no. I got it tweeted to me saying, "Oh my God, GC.com is going live in an hour to talk about the Abe cache," and so retweeted, blah blah blah. So I retweeted it, and I got on there, and all they're saying is, "Yeah, make sure you get your things in by the 21st or whenever it ends." So, like, I don't think I think, and everything that I saw were people saying, "Put it back out." People were talking to them, and obviously they weren't responding; they were just talking. It was I think it was mountain bike. I think Jayhawk. What's his name? Can't remember his name. What's the Jayhawks guy's name? The Kansas guy. What's his name?
No, I'm drawing a blank.
You're drawing a blank too? The guy who works there, So he was saying.
There's Chalk Talk.
Chalk, that's it. There, yeah, Rock Chalk. There you go. Yeah, that's a Jayhawk. Yeah, that's. He was saying like, just get your stuff in. They didn't give any definitive answer, so it was just it was funny that like everybody was like, oh my God, here it comes, and no,
nothing. Now,
do
you still think, and I don't want to pull too much time on this, but do you still think they've already figured out what they're going to do?
I think they did. Yeah,
and they're just pushing to try to get as much of the vote to actually see what the vibe is from the people?
I do. I think they know. What do you think, Taz? I think they know. Taz?
I think they do, but
yeah.
I think
can't do anything
some options
about
out.
it.
You don't think they know? You think they're trying to figure it out?
Right.
I think they'll have ruled some options out, but they might be saying, "Oh, do we do that or do we do that?" We'll see what the paying public think.
That will be a
I want
first.
the cash.
So we'll have to see.
I would be pleasantly but very surprised if they put it back out there. Said it's going back out. We're re-enabling the icon.
I will be even more surprised. I would be less surprised that they're putting the container back where it was, and not turning on the icon. If they turn the icon back on, then I will be pleasantly surprised.
They got to turn the icon back on. How could you put it
on? There is a same size container.
Right. It's already
there in place.
Yes.
You can archive that, man. It's not a big deal. Just archive it. Dude, it ain't locked there.
Yeah.
You don't just archive geocache. It's actively being maintained.
Really? You've never seen GC just archive a geocache before?
I would be more pissed off at that.
See, you don't count because you had to travel to Brazil, so you're already in the Brazil camp. But like everybody else, if they emailed the cat and said, "Hey, dude, we're gonna archive your cache to put the original Ape one back out," they gotta be like, "Go ahead, good help. I'll go get it for you. I'll go get it."
Yeah. That's all part of the fun.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, nobody's gonna like it. So it's just how it is.
I'd rather have the Chads of the world pissed off than all the rest of us pissed off.
Sorry, Dad.
I'm not saying anything on that.
Oh, God. So yes, that's it's gonna be a controversial discussion no matter what happens.
But then that being said, I'm extremely jealous of Chad because he got to travel to Brazil and do that awesome thing. Yeah, that I probably won't ever do, but I hope to do one day. But you did it, so kudos to you, man.
One of the top holiday picks, from the list for this year that we're going to go over tomorrow. One of the top picks in travel was to go to the Brazil cave.
Absolutely. I mean, that's dude. It's all done out of jealousy. It's not. It is.
It is. I wish I had $1 zillion worth of air mileage to
just absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're lucky. Trust me. Don't look at it as lucky. Don't look at it as
Same thing with going to New Zealand. Once we looked at what the airfare is going to be, holy cow! I got to raid two banks to get.
Yeah. Like I'd love to go to Australia and geocache and all that stuff. But it's like I'm happy. I'm hoping to get to England one day. That's my goal. Get that far.
Right. England's easy enough.
Mount Zoom, or Mount Doom, I should say.
Mount Zoom. That's a new one.
Mount Zoom, which is a cousin right down the street from Mount Doom.
That's a faster moving one.
Yeah. Mount Zoom.
So the one Taz gave was awesome. I read the headline of this, but never read this article.
Okay.
But I read that.
Okay.
Taz, tell me about it, Taz, because
I was breaking up there. So yeah, I saw this on Facebook and a couple other things, but some geocachers out in Benton City were hiking along, and on the way back they spotted a car down in a ravine, so 150 feet down an embankment, and they decided to go check it out to make sure that no one was injured in there or anything, and they found this 52-year-old lady, Cindy Henderson, who had been trapped in the back seat for 14 hours.
Wow.
And they, got emergency services out there and got her, they saved, because she was trapped and 52 years old. And, you're gonna expire at some point.
Yes.
And she had no way to get a hold of anyone.
Well, you're making it sound like 52 years old is
to
old.
Find her and
I was going to say,
service.
thanks, Chad.
You're living dangerously, lad.
Did he just freeze on us? He's talking about like 52. He's like that. Looks like an old woman.
Yeah, and I don't want to mention.
Was I breaking up?
I'm a little older than 52, so I'm just saying. The cheering.
I'm in that ballpark.
I'm 40. I will be 46 tomorrow.
Oh,
you young whippersnapper, you.
Not that far off.
My foot of the looms are all bad.
So how do you get trapped in the back seat how do you get trapped in a car?
The car went over a ravine.
Okay.
It literally went over a ravine.
So was she trapped in the car, literally strapped in her, or was she trapped
in the back
when the
she could move around?
So apparently she got launched into the back seat
and then put there.
So it went down a 150-foot embankment. So I'm guessing it rolled.
They're lucky to be alive.
Hell yeah.
It landed right side up, but I'm guessing she rolled and she wound up somehow trapped in the back seat.
Yeah.
How do you get trapped in a back seat?
Yeah, the geocachers just happened to be going by and
that's amazing.
Was looking and looked down and saw the car and went,
"Oh, hi, lady."
Investigate it. Yeah.
That's amazing.
They couldn't see, if I remember from the report right, they couldn't actually see anybody in the car, so they're like, okay, everybody's okay, and then heard her.
Really?
And started moving stuff around, and there she was.
So she was really locked into the back seat.
She was locked in, and it kind of lasted too much longer.
Wow.
Yeah. So
it's really nice to see a good news article, not another bomb scare.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. I would say, cool, it's a wrecked vehicle. That's a good place to go hide a cache.
Right? Yeah. Put a cache on it. Let's go drop one on there.
Wow.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Excellent stuff. So, Sarah, how about yourself? What do you have?
Not a huge amount. I gave you Cully Long's video log earlier.
Yep.
It's always good to see somebody else playing tourist in my backyard, and I can say he certainly got round a fair bit of New Zealand in his short time here. I mean, I've still got to do the Blackwater rafting that he mentioned, but
Oh,
I've
really?
done I've been to the other places. But Blackwater rafting is where you get a big inner tube, stick yourself in the wetsuit, get in the big, and you float down through some caves that are lit by glowworms.
Ooh,
Wow, really? Wow.
Yeah,
so that
So
sounds like
Spelunka-tubing.
it sounds amazing. It's just one of these. I've never been over that side of the North Island to go and do it. I've seen glowworm caves elsewhere, and they're fabulous. But that's on my sometime list.
wow.
I'm working on a whitewater rafting trip for Christmas from the family.
Oh, you're actually going?
Because there might just be I'm hoping to. There might just be a 5K on the way.
Nice.
Yeah, okay, I've got an ulterior motive here.
Right.
Don't we all?
No, there's not been a huge amount that I've seen on the sort of on the Facebook's our side of the planet. Just a bit of excitement. Will the Oamaru GeoFest get mega status? It's currently sitting at 130 something will attends with sort of 9 months to go. So it'd be really cool if that got nearer the Magic 500.
Right.
Yeah. Now you were saying
and
that's in October, because when you said October, I went. We're in November, so
That
it's
happened
next
already.
year.
Yeah, we only sort of get one biggish event a year. The caching population ain't big enough to sustain more.
Right.
Last year, the one that's just gone was in Tarangi in the centre of the North Island. This one's in Oamaru, which is way down on the South Island. It's a place that's got lots of. It's got a lot of lovely Victorian architecture, white sandstone buildings, and it's also got a thriving steampunk subculture, just to be that little bit different.
Really nice.
So if you get down there, bring your crinolines and your steampunk gear.
That's awesome.
Don't think they do tie-dye steampunk.
We can make it. I'm just saying, if there's a will, there's a way.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's all about the tie-dye with Andy.
So that's.
So it's funny, Andy. I'm looking at this article, the other article you had in there.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm looking. I read the article, but I'm looking at the in Brantford is where this article takes place.
Uh-huh.
In Brantford, Ontario, it's 0 degrees outside right now.
Oh my God.
It's like your 0 or my 0.
That's my 0.
That's cold.
That's freaking
That
cold.
frees your bits off cold.
Light snow and 0 in Canada. God,
Yeah,
I'm glad I don't live in Canada.
Yeah, let me bring this article up too, since we've got it.
It was an interesting article. I perused it while we were talking.
Yeah, let me see if I can actually bring it up here. What caught my eye in here was geocaching is getting techies moving again, and the person that actually wrote it's actually older than 52, Chad, and so
Okay.
he's a little older.
Well, then he just has no right doing anything.
He should just get his walker out. And just
Once you get a certain age, flipping down a hill, landing, getting trapped in the back.
and having on
And
roller
surviving.
skates. Yes.
No, there's a couple of cases around me who are way old, a wee bit older than 52. Well, way older than 52.
Yeah, I know.
And they just
Most
dead.
of
I don't
my
know how
caching
the hell they get
friends,
up.
yeah, most of my caching friends back home in Texas and even here are older than that. So
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I seem to be about the mean age. Little
Yeah.
upper 30s. The Chicago community is about the, I'd
Your
say-
actual, believe it or not, with geocache, it's been a couple of years since I actually looked up the actual stats. The majority of geocachers are between 35 and 55.
Yeah, that's how I'd say. I
Is-
believe that.
is-
Yeah,
is
I
where
totally
that's
believe
at.
it.
So yeah.
And
Anyways,
what's funny about this article is that, like, when I first started caching, I was like, oh, cool, I get to meet people who love the outdoors and
oh
they
yeah,
love hiking and all that stuff. And then you go to an event and you're like, oh, these aren't athletes in any way.
no. And when I went to open caching a couple months ago with that, A lot of the geocaches, I'll tell you right now, look like they got pulled through a knothole, but they kept at it. They kept walking. And,
Oh, God bless. Oh,
Yeah.
I've never seen so many out of shape people hike so many miles before in my life since I started geocaching. You're kidding? It's incredible.
I fit into that
good
graphic.
Yeah, one of the good geocaching friends of ours is Bible Man Rick, which I won't say his age, but it's like 10 years older than me. And this guy has done the entire Appalachian Mountains. He goes everywhere and hikes.
Ooh.
Nice.
And hikes. He's in his mid-60s.
Wow.
And just go.
Yeah, but in shape or out of shape?
No, completely in shape.
Okay,
This
but I'm
guy
talking about geocachers. Most of them are out of shape.
Yeah, the ones of us that have Pizza Hut before we go out and do the
It's like you go hike 10 miles and then you come home and eat a box of Twinkies. Those guys.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, because that's
The people who the trail through is a box of donuts.
yes.
Right, Chad. Exactly. Yeah. So sorry, Andy. Go ahead. What was your?
No, I'm just saying. But one of the things that I really enjoyed about this, if you look at the picture, this is the old standard.
Oh, I love it. That's my first. No, it's not. That's not the GC.
62S.
That's not the 60S. Yes.
The 60 or the.
That's not the 60. That's how mine look like.
I can't put in this.
It's close though. It's really close.
Yeah.
The first thing I broke on my 60 was that little line, that little piece right there. That's the first thing I broke. The little piece on the antenna.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I hooked my carabiner to that. That didn't last long
and
at all.
snapped it right off.
Oh, not long at all. Yeah.
They're practically indestructible except for when Scott uses
the
it.
little plastic piece right there.
No.
It still works great. Don't get me wrong. It's just,
Yeah.
I just can't carry it on a carabiner anymore.
No, what I love about it is this particular person went out and I'm trying to get his name here real quick. It's Sid Bolton, and he had done geocaching in the past years, and then kind of got out of it, and then started going back in again and realizing the benefits it was to actually just go out and do geocaching for the health.
Oh, absolutely. I can personally attest to it. You know, where my doctor, when I had high blood pressure and I started hiking, 3-4 miles all the time and gone. Blood pressure's gone.
Yeah. And let's face it, most IT people usually self-combust when hitting with sunshine. So it's one of those things that it's good to get your vitamin D in there while you're out in the sun while you can. And geocaching will definitely do that for you.
Oh, absolutely. And so will walking. I mean, it's the simplest thing like walking. It's just
driving to the LPC won't do it, but getting out your car and doing so. So, I mean, come on, even if it's only 100 yards, it's 100 yards more than you would have got otherwise.
Absolutely.
So it's sort of
yeah.
Says she who's hardly left the house today.
Yeah, but that's why it's so important not to just do to get out there, not just do urbans, but get out and hike. Get out there, walk the park, don't drive around the park. I
mean, even the sort of little bits are the ones that are a lot around us, so the sort of suburban streets, but they're quite a lot of people tend to put caches on little walkways between streets, and so you can drive close, but you can't necessarily drive to. One thing Wellington isn't.
Yeah, we
flat.
actually have greenways here in Cary area, especially around where I'm at, and you can't. There are no. It's literally they had asphalt walkways that go all over the place. Where you have like 2 or 3 entrances, and that's it. But there's miles and miles and miles of these things with geocaches on them. So you're going to do some walking.
That's interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One of the paragraphs that they had in here real quick that he wrote was, while technology is often blamed for making us lazy, letting us take the easy road, sometimes literally, there are definitely cases where technology can help us keep our minds and bodies fresh and vibrant. And I can't think of a better way than that with geocaching.
I agree.
So yes, absolutely.
Nothing clears your head than a nice hike. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Big time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Excellent stuff.
And then an exercise in frustration when that damn box is, it's there. It's got to be there. I mean,
Yeah.
had one I did a couple of days ago, and it was perhaps 100, 150 yards from where I parked about 100 meters from where I parked the car to where it actually was.
Right.
Which ain't huge, but it's something. And I looked, and the hint was about an Australian native. That's a tree that's originally found in Australia, but wasn't found here. And I looked, and I spotted it, and I thought, yeah, I've got it. And I looked all around the bloody tree, couldn't find the damn thing, mutter, curse. And then I thought, and then I looked, and about 20 foot away was another one of those trees. And guess where it was?
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I was looking at these logs, going, quick, easy find. I was like, what?
Yeah.
It is if you look under the right tree.
Yeah. It's the joy of it. Come on.
Yeah, no doubt. Too many stories of things like that.
Yeah. So hike, guys. That's my
hike.
advice.
Get out there, get some exercise.
Hike.
Keep out and have fun.
It works. I promise you, it works.
Yep.
Absolutely. I am
really
living proof, man. I went to the doctor the year later, same weight, same everything, but because I was hiking a crap ton more, blood pressure was gone. Perfect. Normal. So
well, they've done studies now, and we've talked about it in past episodes on the show where it's proven fact geocaching will get you healthy.
Oh yeah,
and give you that good solid base to keep healthy. So
yeah, before I started catching, I've lost 40 pounds since I started 8 years. In 8 years,
yeah.
But I was 40 pounds heavier before I started. You know,
and kept it off.
Yeah, I don't eat any differently. You know,
right.
But I was in the 240s. You know, 230s, 240s back then. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Stop bragging. Stop bragging.
Bragging. I was not bragging. Trust me, I'm not proud of it. But it does. I mean, it's amazing what it does work. You know, and just I stopped drinking. I mean, once I stopped drinking pop, now I only drink pop rarely, but like that did a lot too. That really helped. And just hiking and just making sure I, park far away from work and hike and walk whenever I can. I try and walk every day.
Yep. And by the way, folks,
that's soda or cola or
exactly.
Coke for people.
Yeah, Sarah, I'm dying to ask you what type of carbonated beverage like Pepsi or Coke? What do they actually refer to that in New Zealand? I'm curious.
Bento, you ask you Coke, fizzy, pop.
Fizzy.
Tend not to use. Soda is usually just soda water.
Really? What did I call it for the record? I don't even know what I call it.
Pop.
I call it pop. I'm a Midwestern. Come on.
It's I'm used to it too. Growing up in Indiana, Indiana, Michigan, Illinois, that's all called pop.
But Jesse calls it soda.
Yeah.
She calls it soda.
No. Soda to me is soda water. It's the straight carbonated water with nothing else added.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And on Texas, we call it Coke.
Right.
But I'll call it Coke too. It's like they say you want something to drink, say yeah, give me a Coke. I don't say give me a pop.
Yeah, but if you wanted,
that's a specific brand.
Yeah.
Right. But in Texas, it's brandless. If you say Coke, you're just asking for soda.
Right.
So they'll say what kind? If you say give me a Coke.
Yeah. What kind?
Okay. Yeah. Well, with us, Coke, and that's in the UK as well. Coke would be that particular brand.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
There you go.
So I'm just making fun of Texans as I was a indoctrinated Texan for 20 years.
There you go.
But,
yeah, no, believe it or not, yes.
So really quick, Kaz, what is home to you? When you think of home, when I say home, where's home?
Oh man, I still think of Texas now. I mean, because that's where I raised my son for 14 years.
Oh, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
And I spent I've been here 13 months, or 14 months, and the previous 20 years from the age about 25 on, I spent in Texas, and so
Andy, what's home?
I grew roots there.
Andy, where's home?
Home is still New Baltimore, Michigan.
Is it?
That's where I grew up my younger years. I lived most of my adult life in Ann Arbor, so that would be second place. But there's a little part of Southern to me that still shows up where I feel at home down here more than up in there.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
Would you move there if given the opportunity?
To Michigan? No.
No, you wouldn't move back?
I would not go back because it's just too crazy. The winters are too nuts. I don't even own a snow shovel here.
God, you've been so pussified you can't even go back, can you?
I can't go back. I hate driving in the winter. I love being out on a cold winter day. Don't get me wrong. I love that.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to my hot chocolate and fireplace if I'm going to do it. But driving in it, no, I can't do that no more. That's
Interesting.
By the way, I've got up on the map here real quick. If you end up going to www.popversussoda, it actually has a map of the United States where people refer to by county.
Awesome.
Soda, Coke, or pop.
So I'm in the pop. I'm in the pop range. Okay, good.
You are indeed.
Good to
Yeah.
know.
Well,
Look at Coke.
I'm sort of a split personality on where am I from or where do I call home.
Yeah.
Wellington's home, New Zealand's home, has been for 16 years, but
oh, that's right. I forgot you're not from New Zealand. I forgot.
No, I'm a Brit.
Yeah, I forgot.
But it was really weird. About 7 years ago, I flew back for my in-laws' golden wedding anniversary. And we flew into Teesside Airport, which is in the northeast of England, which, with a surname like Teesdale, that is my stamping ground.
Right.
And it was weird. I was going home, but I was going back. It was home, but I was sort of subconsciously aware that I didn't live there anymore. Mm-hmm. But then I spent a couple of days there. Then I went down to Nottingham in the Midlands, in East Midlands in England, and which was where I went to university and lived and worked for about 15 years before I came out here. And that wasn't home. It's never been home. Yeah. But it was really weird. It felt like I'd never left. I could imagine myself sort of rolling out of bed at 7 o'clock in the morning and driving into the place I worked at the time, and that actually was scary. But no, Nottingham's never been home. Northeast of England, still home.
So England's home. When you think of home, do you think of England?
Yes, and whatever I say, I'm going to get told off.
I want your initial reaction. Where's home? What's home to you?
Wellington, New Zealand.
There you go.
But I'm a typical stubborn northeasterner, and anybody who knows that breed will know where I'm coming from.
It's funny when you mention that to Sarah, because for me, like I said, the first thing when I said what's home, and that's New Baltimore, Michigan, where I had my childhood growing up, but it no longer exists. It's not the same. It's built up.
Oh, of course. Right. Never go home again.
It's not home as it were, but I still consider myself a Michigander.
Really?
Yes. So I love it here. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely will spend the rest of my time here. In North Carolina, but if somebody said where's home, that would be it. The memories in
Michigander sounds like a breed of goose.
Oh, it's Michigander. There's all sorts of. It's a whole kind of. We don't want to bring this.
Well, I'm a Wellingtonian now.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm a Hoosier native, Texan inductee, and California invader.
There you go.
And where you gonna retire, Taz? Because you've circled the country, so to speak. So where are you gonna end up? You gotta end up in like Wyoming or like North Dakota.
You're heading north, you'll end up in Canada.
My blood is too thinned out to live in Indiana anymore.
You've been wussified as well, huh?
So
yeah, I've got soft.
Tennessee sounds good.
Tennessee is very beautiful. Very beautiful state.
We actually have had this discussion, my wife and I. We would love to have the winter months here in Raleigh and have the summer months up in Michigan. We would love, if we could do that, it would be awesome, because the summers in Michigan are beautiful. Not the winters. So
yeah,
2 houses.
Well, my parents do something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, my dad visited. My dad.
They still live in the northeast of England, just outside, for sort of half the year, and then they fly over here and spend the other half of the year here.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
That's good.
So they just avoid winter.
That's called a snowbird here. That's
Yeah,
what my dad.
yeah,
My dad.
very much so.
They call themselves
My
swallows.
dad lives in Chicago in the summer and Florida in the winter.
Yep.
That's what he does. He has two houses. But Jesse made me promise. What we're going to do is we're just going to get when we retire, we're going to get a motorhome and sell our house. It's going to be and just drive the south in the winter and drive in the north.
That's what the snowbirds do.
In the summertime.
Yeah, in the winter, Florida's full of Q-tips and blue hairs.
So we're hoping we have 3 children. We're hoping one they live across the country from each other, so we can just go boom boom, just keep going in a triangle around each other.
Yes, and they're like, oh great, they're coming for 3 months.
Okay, we'll visit you in the winter because you live, you live in Texas, so we'll come see you in January.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, that's the plan. So.
All right. Well, enough reminiscing. But folks, thanks for stopping on by. And want to say thanks to the gang here for Chad, Sarah, and Scott. And thank you, fine folks, for coming on by and listening to us ramble when we get onto memory lane, which we do a lot. So that's good thing. All right, let's wrap this puppy up. Thank you for subscribing to the Geocaching Podcast. Please be sure to join us each and every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another episode of the Geocaching Podcast. We're right here on the Geocaching Podcast website at www.geocachingpodcast.com/live. The video version of our show is available on YouTube, and the audio version is available on our home website, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and many of your favorite podcatchers. We love hearing from our viewers and listeners, so please visit us through our social media sites or contact us via our voicemail line at 630-31-VOICE. The Geocaching Podcast is a Headhardhat production and is produced by Andy Smith, Scott Burks, Chad Courtney, and Sarah T.S. This show is copyrighted 2016 by Andrew T. Smith. All rights reserved. And clear. All right, folks. Well, thanks for stopping on by. We greatly appreciate it. And we are going to go out and have ourselves some beast of some kind. It's going to be cooked, I prefer, but that's how it is.
It will be dead and delicious.
Dead and delicious. So, yes, we'll see you after we get done with our trip to Vancomas. And see you next week on the Geocaching Podcast. Have a good one. Have a safe one, folks. See you next week. Bye-bye.